Hi, nice to be here again today. And I will be starting this video today going straight to a quote in meaning making. Typically, this is an adapt and advanced series video, which is number 20. Yay, 20 weeks into making this video. So I'm so excited about it today. The adapt and advanced today that I'll be looking at is the quote relevant to it is, "Judge me not by my mistakes, but how I respond to them." And I found this quote in the book by Dan Maxwell, Start From Zero, chapter 19. It said, "Judge me not by my mistakes, but how I respond to them." And that's why the title for this video today is "Success Awaits Through Your Mistakes," meaning mistakes in itself is not the end of our lives. The world needs you. The world needs what you carry. The world needs what you have, irrespective of the mistakes, that you have made. I can't seem to talk today. And still on M, which is meaning making, in "Judge me not by my mistakes, but how I handle them." In chapter 19 of the book, Dan Maxwell gave an example of a mistake he made in his life at a particular point. You can read it in the book, chapter 19. I won't be going into the details. But one thing he shared that was resounding in the book and which resonated so great with me, which I believe will resonate with you too, is the fact that he said, "I am still successful today despite that mistake." So your mistakes don't have to define you. You can still be successful despite that one mistake or those multiple mistakes that you have ever made in your life. So it's important for us to know this right from the beginning of this video, that to make meaning of your mistakes is you can still succeed. If Dan Maxwell, despite the mistake he made in chapter 19 of his book Start From Zero, is still a successful person, your mistakes do not have to define you. The world needs you. The world needs what you carry. So now we are moving on from M, which is meaning making, to action. So action is taking massive actions to help you overcome the mistakes that you have made in life. So if you've made any specific mistake that you have identified, or at whatever stage of your life, the A, massive action in MAPLAN principle today, is telling you that you need to take steps to make sure that as much as possible you prevent that mistakes from happening again. And how do you do this? You have to learn from it. So learn from the mistakes and make sure you put things in place to make sure it does not happen again, and take steps. If you have to apologize to someone for doing them wrong, please go ahead and apologize and mean it from your heart. If you have to take an exam again, do something different again, go ahead and do it so that you can make a difference with whatever step you need to take to right the wrong. Please take it. And I always like to share one personal testimony here whenever I'm talking about action, to tell you how I took action. I remember when I was preparing for my USMLE Step 1 in 2018, the one I failed. One big mistake I made was I just didn't know how studying worked in the United States. It's been a few years I left medical school, so things, and I was doing training in the United States. So my way of learning was completely different from the way people learn for USMLE or similar examinations in the United States. So what happened? I studied using 4 different question banks, never doing well in any of them. So it was touching 4 different question banks, a little bit 20% here, 30% here, 50% there, just pushing myself and never having a good grasp of anything. The one big lesson I learned after I failed the first exam was you need only one question bank, but do it multiple times. Know every single thing in that question bank. And that's what I did the next year in 2019. I picked only one question bank, New World, which I'm sure those who are familiar with USMLE, they are very familiar with that. I picked just one question bank and I knew it in and out. I did 3 full times, and I made sure that I read every single thing that is written in that question bank, both as question, as answer, and explanation, as much as I could. And that is what made all the difference. I passed the next one. So the mistake the first time was I used too many resources. The correction, the massive action I took was when I was preparing for the second time, I used only one main resource, and of course I made it. So, this is just an example. Whatever area of your life where you felt you made a mistake and things have gone wrong, you can also make things right in that area of life by taking massive action to correct the wrong that you made. So key in my plan is planning, and this is again telling you that you are not your mistake. The world needs what you have, the world needs what you carry, and do not let your mistakes define you. So in terms of planning, you have to make a plan. If something has gone wrong, you have to sit down. So I believe there are 3 postures in life. There's the posture of sitting down, there's the posture of standing up, and there's the posture of walking or running with a mission. All this relates to a vision. I believe the first step of sitting down has to do with planning. It's a posture. You have to plan what is the way out of this error, what is the way out of this mistakes that I've made. For me, the example I shared, the planning was sitting down and okay, what went wrong in my preparation that made me fail this exam. You've got to sit down and see what went wrong and see what you can do to get yourself out of it. Plan it out. Plan what you will do in month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, 5. The second exam was about 6, 7, 8 months preparation. I made a plan what to do month 1. I want to do only 1 Q bank 3 times, so finish it 3 months, 2 months, 2 months, something like that. I can't remember the exact number, except I look at where I wrote it down, which I still have somewhere. So have it written down clearly, have a plan to get out of that mistake that has been made. L in my plan is learning, and this is where I always talk about 1 book a month recommendation for everyone, no matter what phase of life you are. And if you want to take a step further or to go higher, I recommend 1 book every week. That's what I do. I listen though, yeah. So in this point, I'm recommending this book. I've showed it to you for Start From Zero. I'm pulling out from chapter 19 in the book today, which resonated so well to me because I've made multiple mistakes in life, and if you are human, I want to believe you have made mistakes too in life, no matter how much we try to avoid making mistakes. So I want to encourage you. Learning is reading and learning from other people, and learning is learning also from your mistakes. So we have 2 phases of learning here, or 2 types of learning in this video. The first one is learn from other people. I'm currently reading a book on monkey see, monkey do, where I'm learning a lot on human resilience. I'm going to talk about this in my second book, which I likely will release next year. How a girl, 4-year-old, was abducted, thrown in a jungle, and she lived there for almost 6-7 full years following monkeys, monkey see, monkey do, and she was able to survive alone, living and living like a monkey until she was found by humans and brought her. She's still alive in the UK today, and she wrote the book. I'll talk about it in another video. But the point I'm making is, we can learn. This tells me that the human spirit is a very resilient spirit. A 4-year-old girl in a jungle with monkeys, with so many dangerous things, could survive without humans for years and years till she was 10, 6 to 7 years. Then you can survive no matter what you're going through. So learn, read a book, and then learn from your mistakes is the second form of learning. Make sure you learn something unique, something definite, that you have lessened from your mistakes. A in my plan principle is alliance formation, which I would always talk about. You can do life alone. You've got to work with other people. You've got to be in cooperation with other people to help you achieve your goals. Like the example I gave personally in this video, I had to work with people, both for the one I failed and the one I passed in terms of preparing for the examination 2018 and 19. I didn't do it alone. And I'm currently preparing for my board exam, so I'm not doing it alone. I have someone I met with twice every week, and we review questions together and we do things together. We started this 6 months before the exam. So I'm very confident I'll do very well. So alliance formation, you need to find people with the same kind of vision, with the same mind, who would help you walk together with you. You walk the walk. Don't walk alone. You are not meant to do life alone. It's important for you to recognize people like this in your businesses, in your family, in your career. People that will stand with you to help you achieve your goal. These videos, for example, no, I've not been doing it alone. There are people that have been cheering me on, and there are people that have been working very closely with me to make this possible every time, every week. So, you've got to work with people, you've got to ally with people, you've got to find people of the same mind, people of the same spirit to help you to walk the walk together. Again, you are not your mistakes. Do not shrink into your mistakes and disappear. That's also the word of them. Do not shrink into your mistakes and disappear. The world needs you. The world does not need more of the same. Everybody is made unique. We all have different fingerprints. Everybody is made the same, and there's something you carry that the world needs. There's something you carry. There's something inside of you that your family needs, your colleagues need, at your place of work, that the world would not benefit maximally if you hide it away. So do not shrink away into your mistakes. So M is mission statement, and when we're talking about mission statement, is always come back to the drawing table to have a drawing mission. I've shared with you before specifically about the USMLE exam. After I failed the first one, my mission statement, after reviewing things, learning from my mistake, coming up with a new strategy, was I wrote the number 246 on my phone. It was my screen saver. It was there for more than 5 years before I took it down, until I passed the USMLE 1, USMLE 2, USMLE, until I even started residency for 2 years before I took it down. It was permanently my screen saver, 246. And what was that number? The passing score for most exams was like 190 something or 200, but I wanted 246. I never hit 246, but I did pass all the necessary exams. So the point is, you have a mission statement. What is your mission statement based off of that mistake that you have made? What is the mission statement that you want to write to move you forward to the next level? And finally, P is prayers, and this is where I talk about one Bible verse now. It used to be in meaning making before. First, a Bible verse could also help you make meaning, but it can also help you with prayers. I believe prayers is most effective when we have a basis for which we're asking for what we're asking for. So there's a Bible verse in James 1:5 which I would like to share with us today, which is talks about asking for wisdom. So whoever lacks wisdom should ask from God, paraphrased. So what this is telling us is if you need wisdom to manage whatever areas of mistakes that you have made, then you can ask God. Another Bible story that comes to mind quickly to me today, which we talked about in church yesterday, was David. David in the Bible now, when he made a lot of big mistakes with, sleeping with another man's wife and impregnating him, eventually led to him murdering the husband of the woman. And all of that happened long time ago. But eventually, he was able to repent from this mistake. And the Bible still calls him the man after God's heart, despite the multiple mistakes he's made, including this very big one. What this tells us is you are not your mistakes. Of course, he was sorry, he repented, said he was very sorry about everything that happened eventually, and he tried his best, he took action to make it right. So David tried his best to make it right. He took massive actions. I said he was sorry, he went before God, he tried his best and everything. And eventually the son from the woman which he eventually married, became the king of the land after him, Solomon. So the point is, you are not your mistakes. Don't shrink down into your mistake. Don't let your mistakes define you. Like David, you can come back. Like Dan Maxwell, you can come back. Like I shared with you my own personal exam, you can come back. So the big takeaway from this video is you are not your mistakes. You can come back. You can learn from it and you can move forward. The world needs you. Don't shrink and hide away because of your mistake. The world needs what you have. So the summary today is you are not your mistakes. You can get better, you can learn, and you can move on. And the world needs what you have. Don't shrink. Don't shrink and disappear because of the mistakes you made. This is the end of this video today. Remember to like the video. Remember to drop a comment on how this resonates well with you. And also remember to share this video on your social media platforms. Somebody needs to hear this today to help them know that the mistakes they have made cannot destroy their life. They are not that mistake. They can move on despite that mistake. My book, Adapt and Advance, is still set to be released in May 2025. I'm very excited about it, and I will give you more details as time goes by. Thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time. Bye. Hi, everyone. My book Adapt, the first of the series of Adapt and Advanced book, will be out in May 2025. And I want you to be part of getting this book to the hands of people that it's going to bless. I believe thousands, tens of thousands, and even millions all over the world will be blessed by reading this book. Many people that perhaps are thinking about suicide, perhaps will change their minds and understand why that the obstacles in their life does not have to stop them just by reading this book. Many people that perhaps are like frozen by challenges and don't know what to do next will be able to like snap themselves out of being frozen and be able to take steps forward. So what can you do for me in terms of this book? I want you to, one, get a copy of the book. When it's out in May, I will let you know. And then two, leave a review on Amazon for me. And to say thank you for these two things, when you get a paperback copy, and leave a review for me on Amazon, you're going to fill a form, which I will leave the link here when the book is out. And when you fill this form or you complete this form, then I'm going to send, as a thank you, a free copy of the audio version. I know you will likely complete reading the book if you are able to have the audible, maybe when you're driving to work, or the audio version when you're driving to work, or whenever you can get it, listening to it in addition to the book. So as a thank you for getting the book, the paperback, and leaving a review on Amazon, those two things, when you do it, you upload the proof by clicking the form below when the book is out. As a thank you for those two things, I'm going to give you a free version of the audio copy of the book. Thank you so much for being a part of my journey, and I am so grateful for you. Like this video, share it widely, and see you again soon. Bye.